Great segment there with Melissa Tucci. She was on the radio show this week. Steve Kane, also we call you the simple man on the radio show. How do you think she did on the radio this week? I mean, wasn't that a great show that we did on, what was it, on Thursday?
It was on Thursday, and Melissa Tucci always does a fantastic job, but she's gotten to be a lot more comfortable now, and she's bringing it. And I really got a lot from the 5 efficient ways to about your house and doing all that. And she's the pro's pro, that's for sure.
Yeah, she's sharp, and we got a lot of inquiries through CraigSewing.com from when she was on, and I always encourage people to continue to reach out, get advice.
Yep.
Let's talk about someone who is equally as powerful as Melissa in this marketplace. We have Glen Henderson and Shannon Keatley. Now they weren't on the radio show this week, but they were on recently, and one of the things that they always do so well is they talk about the things that are happening in the marketplace. We'll center in on niche markets like Point Loma and Ocean Beach. We also cover different types of things that people are doing in real estate. Today what they're going to do for us is they're going to give us a prediction on 5 things that are going to be happening in the real estate market in 2014. It is just a prediction, but they're going to come in here and share this with us. These are top producers, very good friends of ours. It's great having them back in studio again. Shannon?
Excellent.
Good seeing you, big guy.
I can't reach you, Glenn, but good to see you.
Good to see you.
Looking sharp, Glenn.
Thank you.
The colors coordinate very well.
Oh, I feel like
I'm going to be out of a
4th
job
of
here
July.
soon, Steve.
That's what I'm
Action for right
He'll
now.
be out of a job. He looks like a sharp politician or something. That's actually kind of an insult. You look terrific. Great. Thanks for coming in here.
Yeah.
All right. So first of all, I just complimented Melissa Tucci on some awards that she's won for Century 21 Award. Now you guys have your own firm. You're not a part of a franchise. Yeah. You closed 109 deals last year. About every 3 days you closed a deal. If you took business days, it's one in almost every 2 days you closed a transaction.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're what we call top producers, which is awesome. So it's great to get your opinion of the market. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And what's
Appreciate
neat
that.
about it too, just to add it in, is that's just listings. Shannon and I focus on the listing side. We don't add in our other agents' business or anything else. That's what Shannon and I work together with.
And we had Diana Mays on the show this week.
She's one of our fantastic agents. Yeah.
You know what I told her? So Diana Mays, what she did last year is she really navigated the low inventory market, but she did so well. She was able to negotiate deals, get them accepted. And I said, man, now that inventory's open up, does that put you now at a disadvantage? You're doing so well. But you have her, you have Rochelle, Agni, Sheila. I mean, all these terrific agents, and I'm sure they push your numbers up somewhere around 200. So
over 200, yeah.
Great year. 2014, I know, is going to be a really good year for you as well. You're already off to a great start. So, I talked to you a little bit before the show, and I said, what are some things that we can do to deliver value to our audience? Mm-hmm. And basically, Glenn came and said, I want to make predictions for the market.
This guy's got the crystal ball going today.
And none of it's crystal ball, but yeah.
I would warn you, that's not a smart thing to do. But you know what? If anyone wants to hear what someone thinks the market's going to do, it's the guy who had 109 listings and closed a deal once every 2 days.
And that's the thing too, is we always talk about macro economies and real estate markets and everything else. And that's what Glenn and I do so well, is that we take those, all the predictions and everything else that the rest of the media is talking about, and we really narrow it down and focus on the things that we see it's happening micro in San Diego, Point Loma, Ocean Beach, and everything else.
Absolutely. No, you really do. You're really well niched, and people trust you. Glenn's written a book. He has the DVD we did from the radio show. So let's get into it. So what is our first prediction for 2014?
First one, Shannon and I, without a doubt, and across the board seems to be unanimous, is rates are going to be going up in 2014.
So mortgage rates going up.
Yeah.
That one's easy.
That's an easy one.
You just went from saying, don't make a prediction to easy.
Yeah.
And that one's so important for both sides of it, home sellers and home buyers to understand. Mm-hmm. On the home buying side, if you look at now what you can purchase a home for, and then you look at if rates go up and jump a point, and ran the numbers on it. Yeah, the cost of home ownership.
Absolutely.
It's a significant jump. It's over 1% increase. With the 1% increase, what it means with qualifying, it's over 10% more than you need to make an income.
Really good point. And now there's new guidelines that come out. They're going to tighten up DTI, debt versus income, a little bit. So if rates go up, your affordability on price goes down. If the hand motions here, if the lending guidelines tighten, it can make it tougher. So I think that's a great call to action. If you're a renter, let's look at getting some numbers put together now before some of these things start to happen. Inventory numbers, what do you think is going to happen there? Last year, I think, is a year of low inventory. That's a characteristic of last year. I think everybody agrees on that. Do we see anything different this year?
We do.
Yeah. Like the chart up there that shows, I mean, we started at the end of last year, we started already seeing the trend starting to edge upward where we're into the positives with the inventory or the increases in inventory. One of the big changes we see right now is investors. Where last year market was going crazy. I mean, San Diego, we saw over 20% gains in appreciation. Where we're at now is those investors are pulling out because they're seeing rates starting to go up. They're seeing the market starting to stabilize. So buyers that are coming into the marketplace, they're not competing with all these investors that were just buying anything they possibly could buy.
So, and a lot of these investors, Glenn, are paying cash, correct?
A lot.
So interest rates rising, I think I want to make this make sense. That means the ability of buyers to buy their properties, we're probably going to lessen a little bit. So they're seeing less reward, more risk. So you're not seeing as many investors, which I think is good. I mean, how many people couldn't buy homes last year because of low inventory and investors coming up and gobbling them up?
Glenn said it and hit the nail on the head when he said stabilize the market. And that's exactly what it's done, Craig. Instead of you have like these first-time home buyers that are going out there and they're making 10 offers on properties. They're bidding $20,000 over on the property and still not getting it. It got too much.
Appreciation, I think you just touched it. Any type of predictions there?
Yeah, we're not going to see the 20% that we saw last year. We're still going to see appreciation.
Crash, bubble, decline. That's what you see in a lot of the news.
I know.
Nope.
People are going to move out of their homes.
Nope.
Okay.
And none of the
we
bad
said on the radio
stuff.
show, moving to teepees and wigwams.
Nope, none of that. What we're going to see is a chart up there. This was the California Association of Realtors with this. But basically what we're expecting is with this year, 5 to 6% gains for San Diego. California Association of Realtors put out their predictions at 6%. CoreLogic, who's a big data provider, they analyze everything as far as foreclosures, sales, trends, everything. They're predicting, based off of analysis, 5.1% for San Diego.
Which is great.
That's a good market.
It's a huge number. We're still seeing these stories out from the media saying that home prices are tanking. Watch out, 2014 is going to be a horrible year in real estate. We're still showing gains.
Yeah, so you're going to see it go up, but I also like that we're not coming in here and we're getting overly bullish. I saw something in the paper the other day. Some gal, I'm not going to name her name, was saying 20+% this year.
Not a chance.
Very high up person. Not because she has accomplished the things that you guys have to get there. The politics of it all got her there, and she's putting things out there in a journalistic way. I mean, that's going to confuse people. That's going to make people make poor decisions, and that's exactly what the show's about, is to help you navigate all the confusion in the news. Last prediction, I believe you wanted to get into affordability.
Yeah, the home ownership and affordability. And that's one of the big things that we're seeing as far as the trend going down is, and here's the National Association of Realtors, their report that they did on it. And you can see in the report there the major decline in affordability. And basically what we're looking at is home prices are going up, rates are going up, and what's not happening is income levels. So when you have the cost of ownership going up and you have income stable, you don't have, the affordability gets thrown off. And that's a big problem. And it's really going to affect the first-time home buyers. And it's the people that are in that 24 to 34-year-old range where it's going to have the most significant impact. The move-up buyers, they have equity, they have stable positions, they're rolling that money over. It's not going to have as big of an impact. But for the first-time home buyers is where there's a little bit more of a concern.
I want to give people these slides. Anybody who wants these slides, can they reach out to you, contact you? Is it best to go online? Is it best to call you? How should someone get those slides from you?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, calling us, easy. It's a 619.
You can get your number up on the screen. It's 619, what is it?
500-3222.
There it is right there on screen, 500-3222, or go online, alliancegroup.re.com.
Yep.
So you just gave a lot of great information, a lot of great predictions. Give me some action items. I'm watching this show right now, and I'm listening to two of the best in San Diego real estate give their predictions of the housing market. What should I do? What do I need to do about it?
Biggest thing that I would say would be reaching out to us. We're having a lot of appointments right now. It's amazing how just after the first of the year, everyone's reaching out now, and they're getting their plans in place for March, April, May with that, and just getting the plans in place. And the biggest thing is reach out now, get your plan in place for what you want to do this year. Don't wait till, you know what, next month we want to get our home on the market. Next month we want to buy. Start now and start getting everything prepared, because there's a lot that goes into this process, and help kind of set the the next steps and get the game plan in place.
Yep, get the conversation going.
Yeah.
Is that
that's
fair?
absolutely.
That's the biggest.
All right,
with that.
guys. Thank you again for coming in here. It's always great. They can go to your website, alliancegroupre.com. Let's finish strong here on the note of consumer advocacy with Eran Sinai, our credit expert. He already gave some great information to protect you from identity theft. Eran, what else can we do to protect from identity theft going into the new year here? I know you got some more tips for us.
Yeah, I wanted to, before we leave, I wanted to let people know what they can do, how they can avoid identity theft. So the first thing what you can do to avoid identity theft is really clean out your car and wallet. Don't leave things hanging in your wallet. I know all these sound really mundane and kind of stupid, but you'll be amazed how many people just leave it laying around. Don't mail checks in community mailbox. Believe it or not, go to the post office and drop it there. People have access to mailbox. They'll take your information from there. Arrange for direct deposit. It's really important when you have direct deposit coming in, checks are not around you, information are not around you. You have to believe and trust that employers do enough to protect your identity. And one of the most important things that sounds really dumb is never give personal information to strangers. You will be amazed how many people give their personal information. They get a call and somebody says, yeah, I'm calling from so-and-so to verify your eligibility. I just need you to verify you are Craig Sewing, live in so-and-so, and your social security is.
Don't give
and
out
people
my
just
social,
go, people just go and give their information. Avoid doing that at any price.
Learn that one in
Nobody
kindergarten.
should.
Don't talk to strangers. Easy enough, but really, when you get these telemarketers calling you and trying to pull this stuff from you, it can be very dangerous. So, Eran, great stuff today. I appreciate it. You're representing our consumer advocacy. We had some great experts on this show today. We talked about La Jolla. We had an economist in here. We had Steve Sexton giving you financial advice. Glen Henderson and Shannon Keatley really drilling down on predictions for the 2014 housing market. Melissa Tucci giving you advice on how to make your home more energy efficient. I hope you really got a lot of information out of today's show. More importantly, I hope you do something about it. That's what we're here to help you with, be a resource for you. Any questions you have with any of this information, go to craigsewing.com. If you missed any of the show, you can see all of our uploads there as well. You can learn more about the radio show. We got the podcast, the Facebook, the Twitter, all that fun stuff that comes along with social medias these days. craigsewing.com has it all for you, but most importantly, it's where we can answer your questions and give you the advice that you need to win in any marketplace. Thank you for tuning in the American Dream. Thank you to all of our guests. Thank you, Simple Man Steve Kane. And thank you, San Diego. Go Chargers, beat up on those Broncos, and we will see you again next week on the American Dream.